tell y'all something. I have not been on Facebook Live in I don't know how long. The last time I went live is when we launched my new network, which was last year. And I don't think I've really been live since, but even then, I didn't even set that up. My husband set that up. So everything looks so different than it used to back in the day when I was kind of going a little bit, going live a little bit more. Um, Way back when 2020, 2021. Hello, darling. My honey is on. Hey, 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 hey. I know he is so proud of me going live because I don't go live, but I am going to start. I say this every year. I literally say this every year. I'm going to do better. I'm going to go live more. And so we'll just see what this year brings. Hopefully, we can go live a little bit more. Um, But let me know if you are in the room. Let me know that you are here. I am on a new screen. I really can't tell how many people are on or anything. So it normally says it right here. I see y'all are here, but it doesn't show me that y'all are here. So, oh, I think it's down here. Is that it down there? Okay, that's it down there. Okay. Anyway, I'm also recording here because I'm also starting, drum roll, my new YouTube channel where I'm going to be posting lots of different business and ministry tips, more so business. But if you are also in ministry like we are, it'll be effective for both. And so my YouTube channel would be really dedicated to those that are Christian entrepreneurs in the marketplace. And so anyway, guys, do me a favor. If you were on, again, I do see quite a few of you on. If you can just do me one quick favor and share out this broadcast to as many people as you know, especially if you have friends that are in business and also in ministry. I believe what I'm going to share tonight is going to be very beneficial to those that will be watching on tonight and those that catch the replay. And so I know that quite a few people may have to catch the replay because again, I don't go live. So people are like, wait, what? Jasmine's live. So if you have to catch the replay, that is totally fine. However, I wanted to get on. I woke up this morning. First, let me tell you who I am because I have gained over 1,000 new followers. 1,000 new followers in the last year. And so, for some people that's like, oh, that ain't much. But for me, that was a lot. Especially for a person that is not heavy on social media like that. In my opinion, I'm not heavy on social media. But I've had 1,000 new followers. So for those that are new following me, my name is Jasmine Dudley. I am an international business coach. I used to hide this, but I'm not hiding it anymore. I am also a pastor now. I used to pastor a local assembly alongside my husband, Pastor Kenyon Dudley, who is right there in the chat. And we pastored this powerful, powerful, and I don't say that lightly, but I think there's proof out there to show you. But we pastored this powerful apostolic and prophetic hub out in the McDonough, Georgia area called the Church of Acts, hashtag COA. It was a phenomenal move, and God allowed us to pastor that for about 3 or 4 years or so, and then we end up transitioning it, and God allowed us to take it on the road, literally take our ministry on the road under the name of Acts Experience, and we would go to different cities and literally erect altars and do what we called altar nights. And so it was a form of worship. We had deliverance, we had miracles, we had so many miracles that took place at those altar nights. I mean, we seen tumors shrink. We seen, people. Literally, one of our members, when we met her, she came in on a wheelchair, and by the time our launch service happened, she literally threw off her knee braces, her leg braces, and she was able to walk on her own. Okay, so those are the type of miracles that we saw happening within the Acts Experience. Acts Experience is still strong today. We are repositioning ourselves to do the next thing that God wants us to do. And so I'm really excited about that. So not only that, I am also an international business coach. And so when I say international business coach, I don't just wear that title lightly. I really do coach internationally, okay? I really do coach quite a few people overseas And not only that, we're getting ready to, in a few more months, take a group of entrepreneurs over to London to train them. And so, really excited about that. So, that's a little bit about who I am. And that's really just a little bit. I have my hand in quite a few things. And so, if you want to learn more about what I do, I believe there's a pinned comment right there in the comments. You can just click on that, All Things Jasmine's link tree, and you can find out some more information about what I have going on. Okay. And so, listen, I woke up this morning, and again, I don't go live a whole lot, but I woke up this morning with a lot to say. Okay. I woke up this morning with a lot to say, and it's just some things that I wanted to get off my, not get off my chest, it's not a vent, but really share with people that I found to be really, really beneficial to me. Some things that I learned along the way in 2023 that I believe can help even you in 2024, especially those of you that are in business and that are also in ministry. And I believe that the things that I learned on last year can really, really help you and set you up for your 2024. These are some things that I learned in business and in ministry that I wish I would have known sooner. And some of you may already know these things, but honey, let me tell you, it was a light bulb moment for me. And it really, as I'm even going through my 2024, I can see how it would be so much beneficial to myself and to those that I coach. And so tonight, what I want to talk to you guys about is just the things that I learned in 2023 that help you succeed in 2024. And I just believe that if you guys grab these nuggets and grab these things that I'm going to share with you, I can almost promise you that you will see some things shift in your business and also in your ministry, okay? But the very first thing is, one of the things that I wanted to share with you guys about my last year is, one of the things that I failed to do was recognize when God was elevating me, right? And so we pray for God to elevate us. God, elevate us. God, take us to the next level. We want to go to another level. We're going to get to the next level. And all those things, right? We pray for that. We shout about it. We run, jump, shout about God taking us to the next level. But one of the things that we fail to do is recognize when He's actually taking us to the next level. And so I'm going to do a whole nother video about recognizing when God is shifting you from one place to another, or recognizing when God is actually moving you to the next level that you prayed for, okay? And so you got to be able to recognize those things. But that's going to be a totally different video that I will share with you guys. Maybe tomorrow, maybe I don't know when, but I'll definitely let you guys know when I share that information. But I have about 7 points that I want to share with you about things that I learned in 2023 that can help you become more successful in business and ministry in 2024. Okay. So I want you guys to interact with me over here in the chat. If you are watching, I see you watching. If you are watching, I want you to say hello over here in the chat. Let me know that you're here. I know that April's here. I know that Kenyon is here. I know my mother-in-law, Sharon, is here. If you are in the room, I see some numbers in here. If you're in the room, definitely let me know that you are here so that I can greet you and say hello to you. And also, I want you guys to engage and interact with me as I go through these 7 things that will help you in 2024 in business and in ministry, okay? So number one, if you're in the room, can you type number 1 for me? Number 1, the first thing that I learned, really, and I knew this, but it really, really, I really knew it last year, okay? Really knew it last year. Number 1 is you can't work with everybody. You can't work with everybody. And if you have a big heart like I do, of course, you want to help everybody. And you feel like I can help the whole world. And I got something for everybody. And one of the things that I had to quickly learn is that everybody is not my client and I can't help everybody. Right? And so I had some experiences last year, and I'm just, so sometimes I'm kind-hearted, but sometimes people call me very stern. So it's like a mixture of the two. But one of the things that I learned is I can't help everybody. And although, hey, Mackenzie, that's my niece that's on. um, though I have the ability to help everyone, I should not help everyone. Okay, I should not, and I cannot help and work with everyone because everyone is not my client. Okay, everyone is not your client, and you have to know that because working with the wrong client or working with the wrong people can really cause a setback for you. Okay, it can really cause a setback for you. So number one is you can't work with everybody. One of the things that I also learned last year is, with knowing that I can't work with everybody is that when you sign up the wrong person for your program or you engage with the wrong person in your business, that person, because they're disappointed or they're, not really feeling you, maybe just two different personalities that are clashing, they'll bring your business down, and then they'll start to make you feel like you don't know what you're talking about and you don't have the goods that they need, when all along it's just probably it was not your client. So starting this year in 2024, I'm going to do a whole lot more of qualifying my clients and qualifying the people that I work with. Okay, even in ministry, you got to be able to know and qualify who it is that you bring close to you. You got to be able to identify, is this person from God or is this person from somewhere else, right? You got to be able to identify what's the motive of the person, because the wrong person, again, coming into your business or coming into your ministry fold. Now, you can minister to everybody, but you can't help everybody, okay? You can give a general word of encouragement, a general prophecy to a lot of different people. However, people that come into your close quarters, you got to be very mindful and even ask the question, why are you here and where did you come from, okay? So that's number one. Number two is a really big one. This was probably the one that took me out last year. Okay. Now I'm going to be very transparent. Those of you that know me, you know that I am a very transparent person. But last year, one of the things that I found out was what my kryptonite was. Now, if you guys remember the movie, was it Superman? And Superman had this kryptonite that literally caused him to lose all of his grit, all of his strength. I mean, lose everything about him. You have to find out what your kryptonite is and watch your vulnerability. Okay? Find out what your kryptonite is and watch your vulnerability. And the reason why I say that was I had some experiences in the last year, and I did not realize that I had these experiences over the years. Okay, I've had these experiences over the years, but I did not realize, as I do business, as I also do ministry, that I have, as a pastor, as a leader, as a coach, as a serial entrepreneur, as an investor, I have kryptonites. And with me not readily recognizing what my kryptonite was, or the thing that was able to take my power from me, it caused a lot of damage in my business, and in some regard, it caused some damage in my ministry. And what I mean by that, guys, is there were, without getting too personal, I have a kryptonite that when certain types of people come into my life, I just, at in times past, not now. I'm on a totally different path now. Totally different mindset. But I'm still watchful and mindful of it. But there are certain types of people that come into my life that when I tell you, I'll just give them the world. Just, I mean, you talking about can go to my bank account and literally wire themselves $1 million if they wanted to. Like they were, these type of people were my kryptonite. They can pretty much get me to do any and everything. Okay. Hey Anita, welcome in. I mean, so I had to be mindful of when these type of people would come into my life and why they were coming into my life. Okay. And so number two is being able to recognize what your kryptonite is, so that you're able to, and I'm sorry, my husband told me I need to look into the camera. I have two devices going on, so I'm also recording for YouTube, and I'm also talking to you guys on Facebook as well, so forgive me. Look, just send me a reminder in the chat, say, hey Jasmine, we want to see you, so that I can remember to look over at you. But you have to be mindful of what your kryptonite actually is, and the thing that thing that causes you to lose strength. Is it a person? Is it money? Is it some secular thing? Is it alcohol? Is it drugs? Is it certain type of people. Hey, Dr. Carla, welcome in. You have to figure out what is that kryptonite, that thing that causes you to get weak, that thing that causes you to just lose all of your strength. Last year, there was a situation that happened to me with what I would consider my kryptonite of people that are in certain positions in my life. That I completely get open to, I completely get vulnerable to, and I would give them the world. This certain type of a person that comes into my life, and when that failed, because I was not mindful of my kryptonite and I was not mindful of my vulnerability, when it failed, it literally sent me into a depression last year. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Last year was my best year in business. It was my best year in business. I'm telling you, income wise, it was my best year, and just the exposure and the things and the places that I got to experiences was my best year. Hey, Arsenio, good to see you. It's been a long time, long time. Good to see you on. But it you know it when it came down to it literally caused me to go into a depression, right? And so I lost months of, I'm talking about, and I shared this testimony for those of you that were a part of the Heal Thy Woman conference. I'm not going to share too much on my public page, but if you were in those close quarters with the Heal Thy Woman Summit, you understand what I'm talking about. But this particular situation literally caused me to go into a depression where I was in my bed for days at a time. Days at a time, where my husband would have to come and pull me out of bed and excuse me, pull me out of bed. And if I made it to the couch that day, y'all, let me tell you something. That was a miracle. And I was in the middle of a tour. Okay, so for those of you that are new following me, I was on the Enhance Your Business tour where I was going from city to city, flying to city to city. We were selling out the venues for 200-300 people at a time that were coming in to learn more about my Enhance Your Business Bootcamp. I was teaching people about marketing. I was teaching people how to scale their businesses. I was teaching people about, what is the word I'm looking for? Teaching people about their product and how to make a better product and things of that sort. Then we had Kenyon there, and he was talking to people about their communication skills and just, I mean, all the things, right? Even our very first thought, we had Apostle Mark May teach about cryptocurrency. It was a phenomenal thing, y'all. And so the tour was going on. We had several cities lined up across the United States, including the cities overseas. And so I'm in the middle of my, hey, I was in the middle of my tour, and I'm telling you, it was bananas. It was crazy. It was absolutely amazing. I mean, people's lives were being changed. People were getting information that they needed for their business. And literally, smack dab in the middle of it, the thing that was my kryptonite, it exploded in my face, and I could not move anymore. Okay. And so, number two, again, for those of you that are coming in, I'm just talking to you guys about things that I learned in 2023 that can help you make sure that you become successful in 2024. Okay. And so the number two was finding out what your kryptonite was and watching your vulnerability. And I was just telling the people how in 2023 I did not readily recognize this kryptonite in my life. And when everything just blew up in flames, I just lost all strength. I lost all willpower. I about near lost my mind because I could not move forward without this person in my life, or I thought that I couldn't move forward without this person in my life, right? And so it cost me a lot of business. Now, I had an explosive business last year. It was amazing. It was great. And I made the most money that I've ever made in business. However, I probably would have done 10 to 12 times more last year than I would have ever done in all of my businesses, all of my years of businesses, had I recognized a little bit sooner what my kryptonite was and being mindful of my vulnerability. Okay. So be mindful of your vulnerability and find out what your kryptonite is, the thing that will take you down, and be watchful of that. Number three, reconsider your access. Number three is reconsider your access. Now, this was a big one for me, okay? This was a big one for me. Reconsider your access. Hey, Jessica, good to see you on. Okay, so last year And I told you guys I'm going to do a video for you guys about recognizing when God is taking you to your next level. Again, I did not readily recognize that I was elevating and elevating at a very fast pace last year. And so the people that had so much access to me, I did not realize that I needed to reconsider my access, because there were people that were close to me that or I allowed to get close to me that I did not readily recognize had the power to literally just disrupt my whole day. I mean, disrupt my whole day. They call, they want me to answer right away. They email, they reach out to me. They want me to drop everything I'm doing and run to their aid or run to their rescue or run to whatever it is that they needed, because they had so much access to me. And because this was also one of my vulnerabilities, it cost me so much time in my business. It cost me so much time in my ministry. Excuse me. It cost me so much time in my ministry because I had so much open access to so many different people, right? I mean, anybody can call me anytime needing anything. And I did not realize that that was going to be detrimental to my business because it cost me too much time. So, number three, things that I learned in 2023 that hindered me, but that can cause us to be a success in 2024 is reconsider your access. Do you need to change your number? Do you need to change the way people communicate with you? I have a Calendly link now, so those people that used to be able to just pick up the phone and call me at any time of night. Okay, now I got a process in place because I can't just readily do that, because if I do that, then I'm missing out on the things that I'm supposed to be doing. But I can set a time to talk to you. I can set a time to cater to what it is that you need. I can set a time to be there for you, but I have to set that time, okay? Not when you want it or not when they want it, but when I find that I have the availability to do that. Otherwise, and it's not, guys, I know it may seem like it's mean, it may seem like it's harsh, but I promise you, if you don't do this, you're going to find yourself at the end of 2024 in December looking up saying, man, I didn't do anything that I was supposed to do because I was doing something for everybody else. Okay? And so in this year, 2024, you must reconsider your access. Okay? Number four, you can't do everything. Deep breath. You can't do everything. Now, you may have the ability to do everything, but you can't do everything. Okay, so a little quick story about that. You can't do everything. Now, for those of you that know me, I am a serial entrepreneur. My husband and I, we own several. When I say several, I mean from construction companies to real estate investment companies. No, they're not the same. To a publishing house, to developing an app. We have our own speaking careers. We are both in ministry. I have a whole new women's network that I just launched a few months ago. I mean, we got a lot going on. We got a lot going on, right? And oftentimes, and it goes back to number three, because I did not reconsider my access, because I had the ability to publish books, I would allow people in and out, in and out. I need a book, I need a book, I need a book. Okay, but that's not what I'm focused on in this season. Okay, or if you need a book, you're gonna have to go to my website, fill out the form, and go through the process to get your book done. You can't just come directly to me anymore. So that's also going along with that, reconsider your access, and just knowing you can't do everything. Okay, you may feel like you can do everything, but you literally cannot. You can't. You, some things you just have to say, no, I can't do that right now, or no, I can't do that, period, or no, I'm not doing that anymore. Okay, so number four is you can't do everything, knowing that you can't do everything. Okay, number five, now this was probably one of the biggest challenges for me last year, is watch your thoughts. Watch your thoughts. I'm going to say that again. Watch your thoughts. Can I tell you, and I'm getting ready to come out with a book. That's right, Kenya. Teams will be very important for you this year. Number five, watch your thoughts. There were times, and because I did not reconsider my access, because I was not sure what my vulnerabilities were, when certain things happened, I begin to allow the enemy to speak to me in my thoughts that, okay, you're not good enough, okay, you really don't have what it takes, okay, you really don't, you really, you're not that great, there's somebody's greater than you, and all these crazy things. Or I would scroll on social media and I would see certain things and I'm like, well, Lord, I started before this person, I should be here, and this is that and the third. And then my thoughts will begin to literally cripple me, right? They will begin to cripple me, and then it will make me pull back on the things that I know that God called me to do, the things that I know that God built me for and put me on this earth to do, because I was not being mindful of what I was thinking. And so, number 5 is be mindful of your thoughts. Watch your thoughts. And let me give you a quick key here. Let me, especially in ministry, let me give you a quick key. If it does not sound like what God said, it is the enemy talking to you, and you must be able to shut it down. Okay? If it does not sound like what God said to you and about you, you have to understand that it is the enemy contradicting the seed that God put on the inside of you and the word that God put on the inside of you to get you to quit, to get you to give up, to get you to do all of those things. Because let me explain something to you. The enemy literally has no power. The only power that the enemy has is the power that we give him. Okay? How do you give the enemy power? By giving into the suggestions of the enemy. All the enemy can do is make a suggestion. Hey, you know you're not pretty enough. Hey, you know you're not good enough. Hey, you know you're not smart enough. Hey, you know, oh, okay, so when I take that thought, okay, I'm not smart enough. Okay, well then if I'm not smart enough, then I shouldn't be out here doing no Facebook Live. I shouldn't be out here coaching people. I shouldn't be out here preaching. I shouldn't be out here doing any of those things. I sabotage my own self. That's how the enemy wins. That's how the enemy creeps in and destroy ministries and destroy people, because we take the suggestion and we sabotage it our own selves. Okay? And so you have to watch your thoughts in this season. That's right, self sabotaging thoughts. Okay? Okay, number 6. Whoo! It's getting deeper and deeper. Do not respond to foolishness. You will waste your time. Let me say that again. Number 6, do not respond to foolishness. You will waste too much time. Oh my Lord. Now, I didn't do too much of this last year, but I was so tempted. Baby, I was tempted to do some let me set the record straight post. I was tempted to do some let me set the record straight live. I was tempted to do a whole lot of things on last year. Um, but I was very in tune with the Holy Spirit to tell me not to do that. And the reason is several reasons why you shouldn't. Number one, because it will waste so much of your time when you should be focusing on the things that God gave you to do versus focusing on the things that people are making up about you. Because let me tell you, no matter how high you go, you always going to have people making up stuff about you, and it's okay. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. You got to be able to ignore the noise of that. People are always going to talk. They're always going to have an opinion about you. They're always going to have something to say about you. They're always going to insinuate things to you about you to other people. It's always going to happen, no matter where you are in life, and especially the more you elevate and the more you go to your next level, you're going to always have people with something to say, right, Kenyon? It comes along with the territory. And so when lies are being told about you, or when people are insinuating things about you, or whatever the case may be, don't spend too much time trying to correct it. Don't spend so much time trying to figure out what they're saying. Just don't. If somebody want to have a conversation with you, let them be real grown enough to come and have a conversation with you. If they cannot, baby, let them go. Let them go. Hey, Jerry, let them go. Let them go on about their way. If they cannot be grown enough and put their big girl panties on and their big boy drawers on to come and have a conversation with you about something that they feel, do not engage in the foolishness. Because sometimes people will be running around all around town with stuff to say, let them talk. I mean, literally, just let them talk. I saw this analogy when I was on the plane last month. I was like, man, up here on this airplane, it's really difficult to identify the ants on the ground. Matter of fact, it's impossible to identify the ants and what they're talking about on the ground. And I don't mean that to be arrogant. I don't mean that to be cocky, but you literally got to know that that is low level warfare. Do not engage. Do not engage. You will have people trying to prophesy stuff about you that's not right, is wrong. It ain't even lining up with the word of God. Ignore it, y'all. Please ignore it. Please, please, please ignore it. Okay. So number 6, don't respond to the foolishness. You will literally waste too much time. And another thing that you want to make sure that you're doing is keeping your hands clean, keeping your heart pure. Okay? Keeping your hands clean and your heart pure. That's one of the things, I had a woman of God in my life on last year, and we were talking, and we were just talking about, even in my season, and she was watching me go through this really, really tough, hard season. I was being blackballed in ministry. I mean, just all kind of craziness was happening. And one of the things that she said to me, she said, Jasmine, make sure that in the midst of all of that, what you're going through, that you keep your hands pure, your hands clean, and your heart pure. And because I did not retaliate, because I did not clap back, and because I did not get back at certain people, I can now walk in 2024 with clean hands and a pure heart. Now that's the word. That's the word, okay? Number 7, which is my last one, my last one, my last one, my last one. Um, and I pray that this helps you. Then this goes back to understanding that you cannot work with everybody. Okay? This goes back to understanding that you can't work with everybody. And I actually had this experience quite a bit last year. Your advice is gold to some, but will serve as a form of offense to others. Your advice and what you have to give is gold to some, but will serve as a form of offense to others. Hey, Apostle Mark, Uncle Mark is in the room. Let me say that again. Your advice is gold to some, but will serve as a form of offense to others. So you got to know in 2024, you have to know and know how to identify those who truly will benefit from you and those who you need to just smile and nod at, okay? Smile and nod. They may say, hey, I want your help, I want your help, I want your help. At any rate, do not engage. Just say, oh, okay, well, God bless you. Oh, hey, here's a resource that can help you. I always have a back pocket resource. When I know that I can't help this person or this person is about to be a headache for me, I have a back pocket resource. Hey, here's where you can go and get that done. This is the place I'm not able to. I'm not able to. I'm not able to. But here's a place that you can go and get that done. I had to learn that. And how do you know the difference between these two people? Those that will consider what you have as gold and those that what you have for them. Hey, Deacon Larry, good to see you. Give your wife my love. And how do you know the difference between those that consider what you have as gold and those that will take offense to the advice that you give them? Right? Now, I had a situation last year. Child, I can laugh about it now, but at first I was like, this is crazy. But a lot of people know me as a certain thing. I won't say the name because my husband hates the name. But for years, I was out here coaching people to do a certain thing in a certain amount of time. I'm gonna try to talk in code to do a certain thing in a certain amount of time. And literally, we've had hundreds of success stories of people doing this thing and getting success from it and are still reaping the benefits from it for years and years later. So I'm validated in knowing that this is my profession and this is what I do, and I'm anointed to do this thing, right? I'm anointed to do it. I mean, I've had several people come through this particular program and have had success doing this particular program. Oh, you just gonna say it? So yes, a book coach. And so I had this situation with this young person, this lovely person, and I said something to them about their project. Just like, hey, this isn't right, and we got to fix this, and I'm gonna help you fix it. I'm actually gonna help you fix it. And they got so offended. So I mean, cut the relation. I mean, the relationship just fell apart. I ain't gonna say they cut it off, who cut it off, but the relationship just fell apart. And it was shocking because I was just like, I literally do this every day. I literally do this every day. So why did this person just get so offended at what I am anointed to do, right? And I do it the same way every time. Hey, Sharetta, good to see you on. And so, yeah, so that was a situation that happened last year, which helped me to help understand that my advice to some people is gold, but to some people, they will take offense to it. But how do you know the difference between the two? I'm just gonna say this and put this right here, and I'm gonna log off. You cannot help someone who is intimidated by your gifts and they are extremely insecure. Deep breath. You got to be able to recognize, not that you can't love these people, but you got to be able to recognize someone who is intimidated by your gifts and are extremely insecure. There's nothing you can do. Everything that comes out of your mouth to a person like that will be offensive. Your prayers will be offensive. Your advice will be offensive. Your breath will be offensive. Right, Deacon Larry? And so you got to be able to recognize who you can help and who you cannot help. Okay? It's just certain people I recognize, I realize I can't help them. That is not for me. I cannot help them. I would give you a resource or something else, but I absolutely cannot help you. Okay? But I will give you some resources. Some people don't want help, even if it were better than pride. It was so much pride. Okay, you can't love it out of them. You can't love it out of them, no matter how much you love this person, no matter how wonderful you think they are. You can love them and still think that they are wonderful, but you got to recognize that you cannot help them when they are dealing with the spirit of pride. Doesn't make them a devil, doesn't make them your enemy, but you literally got to get out of the crossfire with them and their pride and let it go. And let it go, okay? And so these are 7 things that I wanted to leave you guys with. This is a very short live. I think I'm only up to 40 minutes, so I'm doing good. I'm excited. Um, 7 things that I learned last year in 2023 that will significantly help me and you in 2024. Okay. And so, number 1, you can't help everybody. Number 2, you have to find out what your kryptonite is and watch your vulnerability. Number 3, reconsider your access. Everybody don't need to have access to you, and how they have access to you may need to change. Change that phone number and get a Calendly link. Number 4, you can't do everything. Number 5, you need to watch your thoughts. Number 6, do not respond to foolishness. You will waste too much time. No clapbacks. Number 7, your advice is gold to some, but will serve as a form of offense to others. You have to know who you're helping. All right. So I hope that was good to you guys. Let me know in the chat which number really resonated with you the most. Which number resonated with you the most, okay? And while you guys are doing that, I just want to put a little shameless plug in there that Pastor Kenyon and I, my husband and I, Coach Kenyon, he's a lot of different things in my life. We successfully closed the deal on 20 acres of land this Christmas, and we are beyond excited. We are beyond excited. So we have 20 acres of land out in the state of Texas. I'll just put it right there, out in the state of Texas. And we're getting ready to do, hey, Odessa, we're getting ready to do some really great things out there. However, it isn't a form of investment for us. And so if you are looking to become a real estate investor, I have a course coming up. You can click on that link, All Things Jasmine. It's the pinned comment right there. And it will take you to my course that's getting ready to come up at the end of the month. about how you can become a real estate investor. Okay, you want to get in this class because my year is literally about to take off at another level. So I don't know how many of these classes I'm going to be able to do. All right, so let me go back up. Soretta said number three. Number three spoke to her the most, which is reconsider your access. Hadassah said number seven, which is your advice is gold to some, but can serve as a form of offense to others. Good, 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 good. So these are some of the things that were a blessing to you guys. Anybody else got something that they want to share as far as which number was a blessing to you or which number really, really resonated with you? Right, Apostle Mark, he said, no clapback is a good one. We got to keep our hands pure, keep our hands clean and our hearts pure. Keep our hands clean and our hearts pure. I don't got to clap back at nobody. I don't got to do a tell-all post. I ain't got to Cat Williams nobody. Uh-oh. I ain't got to Cat Williams nobody. Listen, it is what it is. And let me tell you something. The truth will always prevail. The truth will always prevail, baby. Let God handle them. Let God handle it. Let God handle them. And you go on about your business. Go on about your business. All right. So no clapping back. Just let it be. Let it be. And so, all right. So anyway, number six, Anita said number six, don't respond to the foolishness. You will waste too much time. Absolutely. The access part was very good. I'm renegotiating my boundaries and agreements monthly moving forward. That's good. And if you guys get an opportunity, please go on Kenyon Dudley's page and watch the Gifted School replay from last night. Our brother, Pastor Levi, was on dropping some nuggets, dropping some real good nuggets last night. So I want you guys to go take an opportunity to go and watch that and be blessed by that. Mom said number five, watch your thoughts. Absolutely. Let me tell you, your thoughts will take you down a rabbit hole that'd be hard for you to come out of. Watch your thoughts. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, he did, Pastor Ken. Levi dropped some really, really good gems. Listen, guys. Okay, so I told you guys about the real estate course that's getting ready to come up here at the end of the month. I have an early bird special going on right now. So if you scroll through my page really quick, you'll find the flyer with the access code or the promo code where you can get the early bird discount after the 13th. The discount code is going away. I'm not changing my mind. The discount code is going away. So if you are not enrolled in the class, you want to make sure that you do so now while we still have early bird available. I have a firm available. If you guys need to break up your payments, that is fine. It is available on the website, but you do not want to miss becoming a real estate investor right here in this first quarter, because what's getting ready to pop off in this country in the second quarter, you don't want to miss it. Okay, I'm telling you now, you don't want to miss it. You don't want to be on the back end of it still trying to figure it out. So whatever you do, whatever you need to do to get in that class, do that. Okay. Also, my new coaching program, I'm getting ready to launch my new coaching program coming out this year. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal. When I tell you it is next level, it is absolutely next level. I don't know why my throat doing that. So you don't want to miss it. But anyway, I love you guys. Thank you for joining in. Stay tuned for some more updates from my camp and what I have going on. There's information for the real estate course. And I pray that today was a blessing to you guys and that you got something out of it. And so I will see you guys next time with some more videos. I'm choking over here. God bless you all. I love you, and I'll see you on the other side.